I think the mic is crooked.
2019.
Yeah, that's much better. And then should we just tell Jeremy to sit on this side?
Get sidetracked.
Just chatting.
All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The United States District Court for the District of Wyoming is now in session with the Honorable Kelly H. Rankin presiding. God save the United States and this honorable court.
Good morning, please be seated. Well, welcome everyone. July 10th, 2020. This is Statehood Day for the state of Wyoming. It's the 130th birthday of the state of Wyoming, so I'm honored and very pleased to be with you here this morning to celebrate your big day in addition to the birthday of the state of Wyoming. I'm certainly sorry for the very unique circumstances we all find ourselves in, the new citizens to be, and everyone in the courtroom except me, and I certainly will be prepared also to don a mask when appropriate, for doing so because of the COVID-19 outbreak. And we're have sort of an abbreviated ceremony in order to ensure everyone's health and safety. But that shouldn't take away from the importance and the celebration that hopefully you and your family and friends will share because of this accomplishment that each of you have reached and because of the importance to you and your families and friends. I understand that we have a YouTube live video that affords your family and friends and members of the public the opportunity to view today's ceremony. So I hope that they are soaking this up with you and certainly celebrating your presence in this courtroom today. I want to begin by congratulating each of you. I know it's been a long road, but here you are, your final, last, hopefully enjoyable step to becoming new citizens of the United States of America. We'll proceed here in just a moment, first of all, with a motion asking you to become citizens, and that's an important step. And then following all of that, I will administer the oath of allegiance that has been given since the 1800s in the same fashion by every new citizen that has been naturalized here in the United States of America. And then we'll together do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then I'll give you a few more remarks, and that should conclude our ceremony for purposes of today. So let me introduce, to begin with, Jeremy Gross, who I understand is in the courtroom. Mr. Gross is an assistant United States attorney working here in Cheyenne for the District of Wyoming. He is the representative of the Attorney General for the United States, and I believe that he has a motion to make at this time. Mr. Gross.
Thank you, Your Honor. I am here on behalf of both the United States Attorney for the District of Wyoming, Mark Clausen, and Attorney General Barr. And it is my privilege and my honor to introduce to the court the individuals who appear here today for a hearing on their petitions for naturalization as United States citizens. First is Mr. Alberto Flores Ronquillo, a native and former inhabitant of Mexico. Next is Ina Price, a native and former inhabitant of the Philippines. Mr. Guillermo Alfredo Moreno Pastrana, a native and former inhabitant of Mexico. Mr. Shalis Kumar Patel, a native and former inhabitant of India. Diana Fry, a native and former inhabitant of Russia. Macarena Walker, a native and former inhabitant of Chile. Alina Trianta Toledo, a native and former inhabitant of Greece. Isaias Zere, a native and former inhabitant of Eritrea. Dario White, a native and former inhabitant of Jamaica. And Jakub Stefka, a native and former inhabitant of the Czech Republic. Each of these individuals has been interviewed and examined under oath by a designated examiner for the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, who has also completed their background check and character investigation. Immigration Services indicates that each of these individuals has met the requirements for naturalization, and each is well qualified to be a United States citizen. As a fellow United States citizen, I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for being here. I welcome each and every one of you and congratulate you. I hope you take advantage of the opportunities that we have as citizens, including upcoming elections and your right to vote. And at this time, Your Honor, it's my distinct pleasure to make the formal motion that these petitioners be granted United States citizenship after they take the oath.
Thank you, Mr. Gross. Subject to taking the oath, your motion is granted. If you all would like to join me in standing and raising your right hands, I will administer an oath at this time. I, and then please state your name.
I, Bryce,
Hereby declare on oath
hereby declare on oath
that I absolutely and entirely
that I absolutely and entirely
renounce and abjure
renounce and abjure
all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince,
all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince,
cognate, state, or sovereignty,
cognate, state, and sovereignty,
of whom or which I have heretofore
whom which I have heretofore
been a subject or citizen,
been a subject or citizen,
that I will support and defend the Constitution
I will support and defend the Constitution
and the laws of the United States of America
and the laws of the United States of America,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
and I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
that I will perform non-combatant service
that I will perform non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
that I will perform work of national importance
that I will perform work of national importance
under civilian direction
under civilian direction
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are all now citizens of the United States. Yes. And hopefully a number of people are clapping out, watching YouTube as well as we speak. Well, if we could, let's join one another in the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Thank you.
Well, nothing is official until you receive that piece of paper that says that you are a United States citizen. Mr. Fisher has your certificate of citizenship, and I think at this time he's prepared to hand those out to you. While he does so, I know you all have received some, what I refer to as patriotic swag, flags and other things, documents from our patriotic organizations that are normally in attendance during these ceremonies. And I urge you to, when you've got some time, to carefully read through those things that are given. I believe you've received a copy of the Constitution and some other patriotic materials. So although they're not with us, I do want to thank members of these patriotic organizations for their efforts and their participation from afar.
Thank you.
Also, I believe members of the congressional delegation have or will provide each of you with some correspondence from our elected federal officials. And I urge you also to read those carefully, and I join in their congratulations and welcoming you as new citizens.
Thank you.
Hopefully everybody received a certificate, and hopefully it has your name on it. Well, let me just make a few additional remarks, and then you can enjoy your celebration and reunite with your family and friends. Again, I just want to welcome all of you. You are all now Americans. Congratulations to each of you. And I know, as I mentioned a moment ago, what a long road I'm sure it has been for each of you. And I'm sure each of you has a different story about just how long of a path this has been to today's big day. And I'm sure it's also, for many of you, been a struggle at times, leaving your homeland, saying goodbye to beloved family and friends, traveling to this country, finding a job, adjusting to a new culture, a new way of life. But the good news for us is the best of your culture and way of life is the best of ours. And your traditions enrich not only your own families, but they enrich America. Also remember that this country was founded on the diversity of many tribes, countries, and cultures. And we have been blessed by the rich cultures and traditions of so many people like yourselves, and for those people that came before you as well. America is really a combination of the best of everyone who comes here. This great country depends on new citizens such as you to learn and grow. Our survival depends on the values of diversity, tolerance, dignity, and the respect that we live by and teach one another. Our very first president, George Washington, recognized the importance of immigrants to our land, not just the rich and the high-ranking newcomer, quote, but the oppressed and persecuted of all nations and religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation in all our rights and privileges, end quote. Being a United States citizen, of course, also means that you are free. The Constitution and laws of this country are designed to protect your freedom. You are free to think on your own and to form your own opinions. And you may voice those opinions whether many people or few people agree with them. You are free to work where you want to work, to read what you want to read, to say what you want to say. You are free to believe what you want to believe. You are free to openly practice any religion or not practice a religion at all. There is no single American way to think or believe. As a citizen of the United States, you are free to follow your own path wherever that may lead you. But of course, with freedom comes responsibility. The freedom of democracy comes with responsibility to participate in the democratic process by voting, not casually or carelessly, but in a way that is thoughtful and informed. You have a responsibility to educate yourself so you can make good choices for yourself and for your family and this country that is now your country. This democracy, so hard fought for, only works when its people participate fully by helping to choose who will govern us all and by taking that process seriously. The freedom of democracy also carries a responsibility to your community and your country. You must be willing to serve this country as you can. Use your talents, be active in your communities, give back to your new country through civic participation and service. I am sure all of you have someone who's helped made it possible for you to be here today. A friend, a teacher, a sponsor, another family member. Maybe they are even watching through YouTube this morning. But as you celebrate your new citizenship, make sure you let them know just how much their help has meant to you. And perhaps a wonderful way to honor them for their service to you is for you to reach out and reach a hand out to someone else that may need your help. Your new country, our country, will only continue to thrive if we care about our fellow citizens as human beings. Again, congratulations and welcome. You have worked incredibly hard to earn your citizenship, and I know I speak for your Wyoming neighbors when I say we are grateful to have you. Again, congratulations. Well, that concludes this very abbreviated ceremony. But again, I just want you to know how much we appreciate the efforts that you all have made, again, along with family and friends to get here. Sometimes I'll take a poll about how long it took from the very first phone call or letter that you wrote to the immigration authorities to today. And I'm always surprised to hear that that varies, but sometimes it's years, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years. Some are a little bit shorter. But no matter what, this completes that journey, and you can all now join your fellow American citizens in celebrating your way of life and the American way of life. So with that, I'm happy if anybody wishes to take any pictures or photos at this time. We can stand by the American flag, but otherwise, that concludes our ceremony. And for all of us that are present with you today, congratulations and thank you for being here. We'll stand in recess.
All rise. Court is now in recess.